Okay, let's do this. Right on. So this is dgraph.io, and a bot that they have called WiseMonk, and what it does is it takes conversations from Slack and puts it into Discourse, which is like a forum kind of software. It's written in Go, but as you can see, it hasn't been updated since 26 July 2016. Great idea. I tried to get it to run on Google Cloud in a VM, couldn't get it to work. So, you know, if you want anything done right, you gotta write it yourself using the latest framework from Hack and Use. Am I right? So I'm about to do that. Let's make this happen. So create a bot using Slack. Unfortunately, you missed out the first part where I created the repo and then scaffolded a basic kind of application sort of structure here, and grabbed a couple of, these are the official Slack packages, API things. At Slack is where they keep their packages. Let's have a look on NPM. That I did not find by searching NPM itself. I searched for Slack on here and got a bunch of different things. But what eventually got it for me, let's have a look here. If I look for Slack on here, turn down my music a little bit in my headphones. Yeah, it's good. So, you know, you get the Slack API client published a year ago, 9 months ago, a month ago. But if you look for @Slack, you get the actual official Slack one. So the client's a legacy wrapper. Types. Oh, that's interesting. Web API for using the web API, which is like a REST kind of API. And incoming webhooks, logger. And then there's this RTM API. Now that was the one I was looking at using, real-time messaging. So it's like your bot sits in the channel, it's listening to what people say, it can interact with them. But apparently that one's deprecated. That was last published 4 months ago. And the one to use now is what's called the Events API, which is their new thing. Slack Platform's Web API. Okay, I'm confused. There's a lot of different options, but whatever. Okay, create a bot for your workspace. Anyway, I'm just going to start coding and see what happens. I think that's the best way to do it. Have I got any other Slack windows open there that tell me about what I'm doing? No, let's just explore the code. So I pulled in Events API and Web API. Not even really sure what the difference is between them, but I grabbed the, let's have a look at those packages. And I just grabbed the sample code and cut and pasted it in there. Hello. Yeah, here we go. And I'm doing this in TypeScript, and I've already run into some kind of typing issues with these things. So here's Slack Events API, and the other one is the Web API. Maybe the package readmes will tell me what the difference is. Web API. So Events API helps your app respond to events from Slack's Events API, such as new messages, emoji, reactions, files, much more. Help you to start with convenient and secure defaults. Okay, so Events API sounds like the bots in the channel, like listening and interacting with people like proactively, and rather than just reactively. And that's what, you know, used to be called the RTM, or the real-time messaging API. Tutorials on getting started, there we go. Getting a public URL that can be used for development. Ah, awesome. Verifying a request URL for development, so you can save it as a request URL in your app configuration. Okay. And then there's the Web API, which is what? Let's have a look. Simple, convenient, configurable HTTP client for making requests to Slack's Web API. And there's a link there, so we'll look at that. Any one of the over 130 methods. Oh, great. I'd rather just have 1 or 2 methods that are like easy to use, whatever. Okay, tutorials, getting started. Cut and paste coding, man. Created a career on it, literally. That's why changing keyboard layouts is such a hassle, man, because it moves the cut and paste keys. Helmac that I'm using now is pretty good. It's got Control-C and Control-V, you know, on that left hand there. The only thing is they're reversed. So what used to be Control-C is now Control-V. What used to be Control-V is now Control-C, but Control-X is on the other side. It's kind of that part's like Dvorak. Although Dvorak, I think it's ZXC on the bottom, so it was like Control X over here, but C and V were like over on this side. Anyway. Okay. Create a Slack app. The first thing is to create a new app at the API website. Let's just do it. Okay. Who am I logged in as? I think this is the right one because it says Wise Monk there. Okay, so I'm going to call this one Archivist. Yes, because that's what he does. He archives things and then looks things up in the archive. So version 2 is going to be this thing looking stuff up. Archivist, Slack development workspace. This is for the Zeebe. This is for the Zeebe Slack. Create the app. Oh, just better close this in case it gives me my token. No, it's cool. It didn't. Okay, cool. Add features and functionalities. Choose and configure the tools you'll need to create your app. Event subscription. Respond to activity in Slack. Yep. Turn that one on. I got to get a request URL. Oh. Oh. Man, it means that my app has to run somewhere where it can be called from this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna have to I think I'll use ngrok during development. And then I'm gonna have to host it somewhere with a resolvable name. Gosh. Yeah, I can do that. I got some domains I can use, whatever. Okay, but let's just take a break from that for a second, and we're gonna model it, the behavior of the app, in the Zeebe modeler. Start with the end in mind. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Hold down Control and mouse wheel scroll. Actually, I was rewatching the video and it's like, hello, zoom to fit diagram. Boom. Somehow I missed that. Yesterday I was like, no, it doesn't look like I can zoom it, but you can't zoom the UI. Okay, so the bot, what's it going to do? It gets triggered by someone, so we say the bot, oh, can we make this bigger, please? Yes, we can. Okay. Hopefully the music volume is good for you today. It's, we're listening to Silk music. I think it's called Silk Sampler Volume 6. Is that the playlist? Yeah, something like that. Silk music. Intelligent Emotional House or something. Okay, so the bot is tagged in a thread. So he gets tagged, right? Okay, the bot gets tagged. And then the first thing that he does is he's going to check, is this a thread? Now, if it's not a thread, I guess he could just exit if it's not a thread, right? So like a message thread, right? So let's make that clear, because yesterday I was talking about threading and asynchronous operations, but we're not talking about that kind of thread. So yes, it is a thread. Okay, so let's just move this one over a little bit. Yes, a thread. Now I think what I want the bot to do is he should ship off the whole thread to Discourse as a new post. As a new post. And then he should okay, she. Let's call the archivist a she. And then she will post a URL to the topic in the thread, and also let people know that, hey, I'm going to continue listening. I don't know what you'd say. It's like it, they, it. People like they, them. It's like, what about it? It. That's pretty epic, actually. Gender pronouns. It. I am it. I am infinity. And then keep listening in the thread. And then I'm not sure how it's gonna batch. Yeah, okay, and batch updates. and we'll call it a post. Post the URL. Post. Okay, let's disambiguate this then. So forum. And then post a URL to the forum post in the thread. Keep listening in the thread and batch updates to the forum post. Now I'm going to have to manage the state of that somehow, because I can imagine after doing 2,000 of them, it's like, it's not a big deal for it to listen, because it listens to one stream and it just like checks if is this a thread that I'm updating? But then you're going to have like probably a keyed object in memory with 2,000 entries in it. It's going to be scanning through them, and it'll slow down over time, use more memory. Necro posting. I did think a little bit about that. I could put that off into a database or something. Okay, and that's it. And then in version 2, what I was thinking is something like this. User posts a question, right? Oh no, hang on. Before that, let's say new user joins, right? New user joins the Slack. And then what we'll do is DM them an introduction. So it's going to tell them how it works, how to use it, all that kind of stuff. That's it. And then the other thing is that what we could do is we could put in here, make this a timed start event. Post general, like a reminder. It's like, hey, you know, guys, just to remind you, folks. Sorry. And then here's the last one. This is for version 2, right? And this one's pretty cool. This is user asks a question. And that means something that ends in a question mark, right? That's at the top of, not in a thread. So actually then we should test is this a message thread? Now this could easily spam people, so this is why it's in version 2. Because I've got to do a bit of thought and experimentation with this. Okay, so if it's not a thread, no, if it is a thread, it's just going to exit. And this is if it's not a thread. If it's not a thread, then it's going to okay, so I think search Discourse. Make these separate tasks. And then post suggested answers. Oh, suggested previous threads. Beautiful. Close the loop. Well, that's only the A loop. The B loop is like we measure engagement on those threads and then elevate that into documentation. But this is where we're going to start. This is what this bot is going to look like. It's behavior defined. Okay, so I'll save this, hey? Save the file. Workspace. Camunda. Slack Archivist. Here we go. And then we'll call this behavior. Behavior. Let's go for the UK spelling. ENAUENNZENGB. Okay, let's go back to coding. Now, yeah, I did read something that said that when you create this new event adapter from the Events API, I wonder what that looks like, that font. I'm using this font called FS Monotel in here. It's kind of a ghetto looking thing, like a dot matrix kind of font. Let's see, I got a preview over here somewhere. Not that button. That'll end the stream. Doesn't look that great on the stream, hey? So let's change it to something that looks a bit better for you all. Preferences, settings. Let's go with JetBrains Mono, hey? It's a bit of a classic. Bit of a classic at the moment. JetBrains Mono. Yes. You don't have to save, you just tab out and bam, changes. Cool. How's that? Looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, we know that's initialization, but this is from the comments from the... Got to get a signing secret and a Slackbot token. Delete the port from the environment variables. This is where I ran into the first problem because process.env, you know, that's the environment variables of the process, and it's looking for an environment variable called port, or it's going to use 300. The problem here is that that's a number. It needs to be a number here, but this is actually a string. So actually we can do it like this. I think in JavaScript it's called parseInt. Yes, it is. Good. See, start the built-in server, so it can actually start the server here. It's immediately executing, immediately invoked function enclosure. IIFE. Expression. Function expression? Whatever. No top level async await. No top level await yet. Actually, do we have that yet? I'm not... The main kind of argument against that was if you have a module that you're requiring in another module, then it could block the whole execution of your program, and this is the main function of the program, so can I use some kind of beta transpilation to get top level await? Or is there like a... is it behind a flag in Node? Top level await, that's right, they put it into V8, but it's a foot gun. Yeah, it's a mistake. Should not become part of the language, dude. Stop resisting the future. How to use top level await? How can I use it? JavaScript Node.js, 30th of May 2019. So top level await Node. Ah, yeah, that's right. Top level await in Node. Await keyword outside of async functions. It acts like a big async function, causing other modules to import them to wait before they start evaluating their body. It's a foot gun. Yeah, I know. I read that. I've already read that. How to use it in ES? How can I? No. Top level await Node version? Node 12. V8 dev. Maybe not. Top level await and REPL. Node 10, V8. When did V8 add it? September. I don't think there's been any major releases of Node since then. Oh, Node version 10. Experimental REPL await, but that's only in the REPL. The old behavior. I can't believe anyone's still doing this. The new behavior. Oh, works the way you'd expect. Beautiful. Doesn't this already work in DevTools? But does it work in Node? Support for top level await. Nothing about this feature support listing. Not supported yet. 12 plus. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's not supported. No, we can't do it. Okay, we're just gonna have to code like we're coding in the past. Okay, it's pretty retro. It's retro. Stage 2. Create a promise. Yeah. Okay. Nah, it's not possible yet. Okay, we're still living in the past here. It's a foot gun. It's a foot gun. it's worse than I thought. Here's the follow-up. Imperative module loading is intrinsically bad for app startup performance. Right. Like I don't even need to evaluate what's in there yet. I haven't even used it and you're already blocking the startup of the app. Yeah, gives you less ability to control. Well, I don't know if it could return the module as a promise. Then no, but then oh yuck, you'd have to manage it then. Okay, anyway, distracted by the future. Let's get on with this. Okay, server await, Slack event start. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we parsed int. And then what's wrong here? Any? It doesn't like. Property port doesn't exist on string or address info, so it reckons that the server address returns. Go to the definition. Here's the type declarations for this thing. Could be an address info, a string, or null. Okay. Server. Let's go to the definition of this. It returns an HTTP server. Oh. Could be null, so that takes care of null. I wonder if you can do this as address info. I can hear Corey Nunn in my head right now saying, wasting time fighting with your type system instead of coding. No, you can't do that. Well, maybe I could do this. Can't find it. Dude. We'll have it crash if it doesn't get it, right? Huh. Oh, yuck. Disgusting. Undefined, and then undefined has no property called port. Okay, so we'll do like this. Extract it to here. Actually, I think you can do it like this. You can do like a refactoring. Can I do that? Refactor, extract to constant and enclosing scope. There we go. And then if I type in here address, like that, yeah, so I can get rid of this. Okay, whatever. Far out, man. And I can just go like this, take that out. Address.port. Okay. It's possibly null. So, oh, it's just no good solution to this, really. String, like that. Ta-da! Oh my god, no, it's just terrible. Oh no. Oh, yuck. Oh, it's disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, in JavaScript, I mean, the idea here is that you're like, well, I know it's going to be that thing, but you know what? It might not be. And well, how do you want your application to behave if it's not? And here what I'm doing is I'm trying to erase all of that kind of safety, but 10% of programming is getting it to work, and then 90% of programming is programming for what happens when it doesn't work. So that could be undefined, right? So here, if I say that it's not undefined, but here it could still be a string or an address info. Okay, so I could lift that to here. No, I've just removed the problem there. I could destructure it here. Okay, but we've already used that name somewhere else, but that's the only problem. Okay. And then so in that case here I can call this server port. No, because I need to destructure it as the actual name like that. So in that case here I would rename this symbol to server port, but I wonder how it's going to deal with this. Server port. No. It's confused because there's too many definitions. And then here, same problem. And then what I could do here is I could say as address port, but address info. Can't pick up the typing to bring it in. Okay, we're just gonna have to do this, man. I'm just gonna have to actually... So this is the address. You can write a type guard in okay, so yeah, okay, it is actually just forcing me to deal with the actual possible things that could happen. So is address info, but even then I still need to bring that type in. So this thing here takes a maybe address info, right? And then what it returns is it returns maybe address info. It's going to return a boolean, but it's going to be maybe maybe address info is address info, is of type address info, like that. The function of body. And maybe address info. Can't find address info. Oh yeah, okay. So, oh no. Okay. Huh. Truthiness. Cast it to a boolean, but now we still need to bring this in. So here's how we do that. We go to this here. We go to this here. Interface address net. Net.addressinfo. Can I do that? Does that do it? Okay, so import. Let's see if we can get it like this. Net. Yep. Address info. That S on the Helmac is where the A is on QWERTY. Okay, so here we go const port equals is address info, address, and if it is, we grab the port off it. See, it's typecast at that point. Otherwise it's going to be a string, in which case we'll just return the string. So then I just take this off here. Okay, my code will run. This is quite useful because that's the wrong thing, but I can tell because that says it's unused. Okay. Yeah, we know what that does, dude. And we don't need that. Okay. Okay, kind of yuck. Very yuck, actually. I'm not using the web yet, so we start the server, we're listening to the events. Should probably split web and this real-time thing into something else. Okay, but anyway, it's good to start with. Let's have a look. Getting started. Getting a token to use the web API. Okay, yeah, I gotta run this thing. Enable the events. But hang on, I should get a development. First I need to get a development, created the new Slack app. Let's just discard the changes here. Okay, turn that off. Let's just go back. Okay, so wow. Create a new app. Getting a token to use the web API. Sending a message with the web API. Let's go back to behavior and have a look at how we're going to do this. Let's make another diagram, which is how we're going to do this. Be a good idea. So step one is make it bigger. So the step one is to get the bot to join the channel. That's step one. Step two is get bot to stream messages from channel. Console. Okay, we'll put an end event. We'll do some more. Actually, everybody knows what step 3 is. Am I right? Profit. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we get the bot to join the channel. How do I do that? Interactive, event subscriptions. Now I got to get a development. Where did I see that? It said you get a development URL. Here we go. Verifying a request URL for development. Getting a public URL that can be used for development. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's this one here. Developing apps locally. Create an app. Did that. Yep. Like the signing secret under app credentials. Tokens and installing apps. 2 options for tokens. User tokens and bot tokens. I think I'm going to get a bot token. Add a bot user. Auth and permissions. Okay, so go here. Here. Okay. Auth and permissions. Bot token scopes. Okay. Auth and permissions. Okay. Click the big install app to workspace button at the top of the page. Did I do that? I think I did. Oh, there we go. At least one permission scope. Scopes. Let's add an auth scope. Okay. Everything? Well, we want it to be able to join a channel. Start and manage calls, no. App mentions, no. Channels, histories, view the histories. Read the channel. Write into the chat. It needs to be able to read the chat. Is there a read chat? Manage commands, add actions or slash commands, not yet. Emojis, read files, reads, write, history, groups, read, groups, IM, history. Read view messages and other content in DMs, so you could add him to a private conversation or whatever. Read IMs. Write into IMs. She should be able to talk into IMs. Links read, yeah. Read the URLs, yep. Definitely should be able to write URLs. Show previews of URLs. Groups incoming webhooks. Post messages to specific channels, yep. End messages, reactions. Oh, that'll be funny. Add emojis. Reminders read, remote files, remote team read, user groups, user profile read, users read, view the people in the workspace. Set the presence for Archivist. Yep, she should be able to set her own presence. So there's no channels read chat, right? I guess it can automatically read chat then. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Done. I'm gonna click this button. Just blanking the screen in case it like pops up my OAuth token or something. No. Requires a channel to post to as an app. Okay, I need to create a new channel. Is there one that we could use in here? Yeah, okay, I'm going to create a new channel for it, just for testing to begin with. So if I go to channels, I'm going to add a channel. Archivist. She can get her own channel. Archivist. Create. Skip for now. Does dynamically update? No, it does not. Okay, what happens if I hit this button here? Archivist. Allow. Copy the bot token. Okay, I copied the bot token. Now I'm just going to put that token somewhere where I can get it later. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Close the node modules, and I'm just going to add it here, and we'll call it tokens. Dot what? JSON tokens. Yeah, let's call it tokens.json. Okay, and then straight up add it to the getIgnore, so it doesn't accidentally get checked in. Right. Good. Okay. And then here, I'm just going to say, oh, this is JSON. That's cool. So, bot token. Bot token. And then I'll paste in my super secret bot token. Okay, save that. Get rid of that. And we're back. Okay, good. So in here, this bot token. Here. Okay, so const tokens equals require. What did I call that? Tokens. Pretty sure that works. Save. See, this doesn't even need semicolons, and it automatically adds them. I just do not know why Java IDE just doesn't add that. Maybe there's a setting that does it. Automatic semicolon insertion. Okay, we've got the tokens, right? So either get one out of there, or get one from... Now, let's see how smart this thing is. Couldn't figure it out. Oh. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make that a TS file. No, let's leave it like that. It's fine. Bot token. Okay, it's going to grab the bot token. I got the bot token. Okay, so next. like that. You got 2 tokens. Scroll down to the scopes. Use the bot token. Whatever. Buttons, select menus. I'll do that later. Okay, request URL. When a button's clicked, send you about the events using a local request URL. So, okay, they reckon ngrok. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, pretty sure that I got ngrok set up already. Let me put my thing down here so that, there we go, that's good. Okay, so, open another terminal here and just paste that command off the internet. Ngrok not found. You know what? I'm pretty sure I put it in downloads. Easier if I put it on the path, but ngrok http 3000 winning. Okay, let's go back. Yep. Okay, got a public facing URL, request URL. Okay, so here's my public facing URL. So I copy that. HTTPS, okay. Let's use this one. This is 2020 and we can. TLS everywhere. Applications. Hang on. Redirect URLs. Oh my goodness. This doesn't look like it says in the thing. App home, let's try that. Basic information. Deprecated verification token. Okay, manage distribution, what's that? I installed it, features, incoming interactive / commands. Where's bot user? App home. Okay, no problem. Let's move this one over to here. We're doing this one. Add the app to your URL. Okay, it's under interactive components. Interactive components. Here we go. Ah, that's right. Turn that on. Yeah, and then we put it in here. Here we go. Save. Okay, so am I following the right thing? Set up interactive components, tokens, installing app. Yeah, okay. Run the tool from inside your project directory. They adapt or automatically respond to challenges. Substitute your own signing secret for signing secret. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's right. In that code sample that I did, there's like signing secret. Okay, so if there's not one in the environment, grab it from tokens dot signing secret. Signing secret. Yep. Or empty string. Stops it from being undefined. Okay, so I got to get my signing secret now. Let's have a look. Signing secret, applications home. It's under OAuth. Okay, I'm going to go get my secret. OAuth and permissions. Go down here. Scopes. Nope, it wasn't in there. Maybe it's in app home. Come on. App home. Nope. Basic information. Yep, there it is. Signing secret. Show. Copy. And then I go back to Visual Studio Code. I go into my tokens.json file. Add a line in here where I say signing underscore secret. Very secret. Okay, and then paste that in there. Okay, signing secret. Okay, cool. Close that tokens JSON file. Go back to that page. Can I unshow it? No, I can't. Okay, not a problem. Go here. Home. Okay, we're back. So we've got the signing secret in. Now, I think it said that we just started now. It said, look, developing Slack applications locally. We've got the signing secret. Okay, so listening to workspace events API. Listen to events, reaction, user mentions your app. Yeah. Oh, maybe it can't listen to chat. Might not be able to update the thread in that case. Events API. Start by adding event subscriptions in the left sidebar. Call this one here. Okay, event subscriptions. Here we go. What can it listen to? Put my ngrok in there. Ooh, okay. Slack actions. It's under interactive components. Okay, so interactive components actually needs to have the ngrok plus Slack actions. Save the changes. And this is going to be Slack events for the next one. So copy this, go to event subscriptions, turn the event subscriptions on, paste it in here. Slack action endpoint. Paste. This is action endpoint. Okay, that's what the suggested text said. Default path is events instead. Okay. I should start my app by the look of it. Yeah, it's trying to contact my app. So if I just run index. What's up? Oh, okay, go into the source directory. T, that's a shortcut for TS node, which means I can run untranspiled TypeScript because it'll transpile it into a temporary directory. Cannot find module tokens. That's why. Yeah. Okay. Listening for events on 3000. Okay, good. Slack, and it was what? Events? And yes, it worked. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Event subscription. Subscribe to bot events. Add bot user event. What's this? Mentions your app or bot. Yes. Only the message events. What's this? Okay. Channels read. Channels, groups. Do not disturb IM. Here we go. A DM was created. Why do they call IM here and DM over here? Message IM, groups read. Group, you created a group. DM, you closed, you left a private channel. Message was posted in the private channel. Where's like a message was posted in a channel? I just want to read everything. User groups, a message was posted to a channel. Okay, good. Okay, save. You've changed the permission scopes. Please reinstall your app. Okay, so reinstall your app. Click. Reinstall into Archivist. Allow. Okay, I think my bot should now be in Slack. Let's have a look. Slack. Yes, beautiful. Here we go. I got two identities in the Slack. I got my one I joined with way back in the day before I joined Camunda, and then I got my official Camunda account here, which is the one obviously that I'm using to integrate the bot into the Slack. Okay, what happens if I click this? Woo! Oh, most important thing, we've got to get a good graphic for it. Archivist. Images. Settings. Search settings. Okay. No, it's no good. Tools. Weird. Usage rights. Labeled for reuse. This one. Rogue Archivist. This one. Let's go with that first gut instinct. Diane McCaskill. No, not the link, the image. Cancel. Save the image as. Let's put it into the actual repo. Workspace, come under Slack Archivist. Everything starts with Zeebe in here. There we go. And it's Diane McCaskill. Diane McCaskill. Famous on the internet. Basic information. Add an app icon. Is it going to be able to compress this thing down? Let's see. Come under Slack Archivist. Diane McCaskill.jpg. Compress it. Boo. Squares between 512 and 2000 by 2000. Okay. We have the technology. Reveal and finder. Let's make this happen. It's got to be a square. Open with Pixelmator. Hashtag make it happen, man. Let's do this. Pixelmator, where are you? I'm not seeing the picture. Okay, here we go. Okay, so canvas size. So okay, I'll keep the width the same. Like this. Ready? Boom. Genius. Okay, let's try that again. That's a real Millennium Falcon moment, that was. Canvas size. Go to the top. Okay, so 695 by 695. Do it. Yes. File. Export. JPEG? Yep, JPEG. And let's overwrite the input file. Whatever. Let's do it. We can always get it again from the internets, right? Workspace, come under. I don't know why I didn't remember where I got it from. That would have been obvious to do. Slack Archivist. Diane McCaskill. Export, exist, overwrite. Yep, replace. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say that it worked, and I'm just going to quit that. And then, no, delete. Go back to Chrome. Add the app icon. Diane McCaskill. Open. Winning! Okay. Slack to Discourse. Biznatches. I'm not going to put that. Save the changes. That's pretty cool. I like it. Save. What do you mean this field can't be empty? Okay. Man. Dude, this is... Oh, yes. Epic. No. No. Maybe some kind of muted gray. Maybe like some type of green. Oh, no, this is not really my core. It's not really my core area of expertise. Red and green don't go well together. Red and blue, now that apparently is really bad. Red and purple. Red, red and red. Red on red. Oh, maybe I can make it blend into the background. Oh, look at that. Close enough for rock and roll. Okay, good. Let's go back to Slack and see how it looks now. Archivist. Yes. Okay, and then so sending your Slacks to Discourse and back. Save the changes. Winning! Okay, let's have a look. Most important thing, got the icon. Yes. It didn't seem to update though. Whatever. Save the changes. Maybe that was it. Okay, whatever. All good. Okay, that's done. Verifying the local endpoint. You can run, if you're using the development proxy, you should only use the command line tool in development. The adapter is automatically responding to challenges. Okay, done that. Done that. Add the event subscription. Done that. Yep. Okay, good. And it looks like it's going to send us to basically this. Okay, we did that. Initialize the event adapter. This is where I got that code from. Start a server. Yeah, this is it here. I got it from here. Listen for an event. Okay, cool. So here we go. Copy this and then go back to the VS codes. Why doesn't it like that? Doesn't think it's an event emitter. Okay, so anyway, first things first, let's go here, get bot to join the channel, done. And then what we'll do is we'll turn it into a service task when it's done. This is the next challenge here. Okay, let's have a look. Summing up the typings. Typing's not very good for this library. So go to the definition. Returns a Slack event adapter. Extends event emitter. Okay, I think I know what's up here. So what we need to do is we need, no, I don't know, I'm guessing, man. I think we need to install node types. Clutching at straws here, man. Nope. Go to the definition. Go to the definition. This is not a strongly typed library. This is a poorly typed library. Well, you know what you got to do with that, right? Google it. I cannot be the first person in the world to have encountered this problem. ES module interop. Okay, let's have a look. I think it's that one there. Bad gateway. Okay, well that's great. Can I view a cached version? There used to be like view cached. No. What happened to view cached? Wayback Machine or something. See if someone else has this. Yep, I thought so. It did look like a bug to me, a GitHub issue. Okay. Since Event Emitter 3 is a common JS module, upload. No, this is not right. JS module interop. Okay. Is this designed to work in the browser or something? No. I'm pretty sure that whenever I do it, it works like that. Implements? No. No, extends. Yeah, extends is correct. Okay, the types are not very good. Let's have a look at the GitHub for that actual library itself. So events API. Oh yeah, we're looking at it. That takes us to Slack Dev, Events API. Let's have a look. What does that take us to? Issues 83. Nope, takes us to the getting started. Ta-da! 7 days ago. Yep, 100%. Node version 12. Boo. Okay, so, you know what? I think I can do it like this. Slack event adapter unified with event emitter. Ding! Like that. Oh my god. Okay. And then it will say, you can't cast it to any... No, it didn't. Okay, good. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Message. Okay, let's just run that. I wonder if you can use a file watcher with TS Node. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, you'd have to configure what it was watching if you wanted to do that. TS Node file watcher, so I can get hot reloading. TSC does it. TSCW. Watch and reload. TS Node. NodeMon. Okay. NodeMon.json. That looked to me like it had the same structure as my repo. Yep. Yeah, looks good. So if I now stop this and then run NodeMon, it's going to say you don't have NodeMon installed, right? And then I'm going to have to npm minus NodeMon npm I minus G NodeMon. Oh, I don't have to go in Google and find its repository coordinates and then add it to my dependencies, and then no, you don't. You just run npm I minus G. Okay, in NodeMon. Yes. Okay, that didn't work. Dude. Externalize it. And just run NodeMon. Why didn't that work? NodeMon.json. Yeah, okay, well. Okay, let's do it. Double minus config. I'm in the source directory, that's why. Wah. And because I have per directory history, I can't just up arrow. Okay, good. Now, according to my calculations, if I now... What? If I now talk in here... If I now talk in here, if I say, hello, nothing happens. Okay, she definitely is the fastest ship in the galaxy when she's moving. Which is not right now. Let's have a look. What's up? Slack events. Yeah, this is running. We verified. Okay. Slack events on message. Okay. Well, first of all, here's how to debug this. What could possibly be going wrong here? Okay. The bot is not in the channel. Let's have a look. Can I tell who's in the channel? How do I tell? Here. View the member list. Boom! Nailed it. Only I'm in the channel. The bot is not in the channel. How do I tell the bot to join the channel? I probably have to tell it to join the channel. First hypothesis I came up with. Okay, events API. So how do I get my bot to join the channel? These are on events, right? Okay. On events, on events. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm listening on a message event. Message works with events API. Okay, but how do I get my bot to join the channel? Start here. Planning, designing, app blueprints, basic app, migration setup reference, app services reference, maybe? Interactivity, app actions, entry point, handling user interaction, overview, best practices for security. Okay, that's an interesting link for managing, composing, working with files, messaging, overview, maybe that. Yeah, okay, messaging. Managing messaging, composing, making them interactive. Whatever. How to use the Slack web API, that's a different thing. Let's go over to the search here, and then we're going to say, actually, well, here is my workaround at the moment. You're welcome. Okay, so this is a Slack events API bot join channel. Yep. Channels join method. Try that. And then this one. This method's used to join a channel. Okay. But this is what? Guys, you're going to have different APIs, and then you're going to have documentation, and you're not going to say which API it's for? Nah. Enabling interactions. Okay. Enable conversations by building bots. Yeah, creating and setting, installing, handling events. Getting started, create a bot user, setting up the events API, configure the request URL. Yep. Installing the bot. Okay, so yeah, we did that. Once installed, bot token, got that. Previous step, event subscriptions, do something with the data. Conversational bot, 4 events triggers, app mention event. Receiving events, responding to mentions using the web API. Using the web API. Threaded messages. Yes, this is good. This is what we're going to be working on. Bot users are free. Somewhat limited. Okay. API methods available to them. So channels.join. Okay, so maybe the events API is like a reactive API, and the web API is like a responding to mentions using the web API. Okay, it's time to go to the web API. Okay, yeah, I put that web API token in there. Pretty sure I did that. Sending a message. Await web.chat. Post message. Web client. Web.channel.join. Oh well, let's see if that works. So we got this web thing, so create the bot, right? And then go web.channels.join. What? Options, channels, argument. So it's an object by the look of it. What does it need? Name. I don't know if you need the hash in front of it. Archivist. And then token. And then I did pull that token in token, so just use this ES6 object shorthand, object property. Okay, did it join? Did it join? No, it did not join. What does this return? It returns a promise. So I'll just chain console.log onto that and see what happens. Terminate in the console. Boom. Restarting, starting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, true. Here's the channel, the ID. Yeah. Already in channel. True. That's already in the channel. Scopes, that's what it can do. Accepted scopes. Okay, cool. Okay, so the bot doesn't show up. No, there it is. Hello. Yes. Winning. Doesn't give me the username though. Let's have a look. User event.user. Okay. Okay, so let's actually log out that whole object and see what it looks like. Actually, I don't need to because I can do this. No, I can't. Oh, it's not strongly typed. Message event? Yep. That's what I would have called it. No. Maybe? Yeah, no, I don't think so because it doesn't have event.user, so it's from the wrong definition. Where'd it pull that from? Can I get that from here? Nope. Okay, okay, so there's a... Go to the definition, let's have a look. Here's the definitions, right? Now, let's have a look. Okay. Adapter. Got to be in here. Dictionary of codes. Error codes. No. Okay. Pretty. Oh man, these are some real best effort definitions, man. Source code's not in here. Written in JavaScript and then they've added the typings afterwards. If they'd written it in TypeScript, they would have got typings for free. Let's have a look at the source code. I mean, I could just like log the object out, but at the same time I want to understand the source code while I'm doing it. Examples, integrations, test packages. Events API. Source. Babel transpiled probably. No. It's written in TS. I wonder why it's broken then. That's broken. It's funny. Anywho, okay, so server listening, but where's the server handler? Create server. Okay. Code navigation is available for this repository, but data for this commit does not exist. So if code navigation is available, can I do, here it is, creates to do options like HTTPS. This.request listener. So where is request listener? Here. Create HTTP handler. How do I code navigate that thing? Okay. Code navigation, I thought you were meant to be able to, yeah, jump to the definition of a... Click the function or method call in a file. I'm using Sindresurhus's Sindresurhus. I'm using his refined GitHub. Maybe that's breaking it. Or maybe there's just no definition for it. Okay, but anyway, request listener. Let's use grep. Okay. HTTP handler. It's probably real lightweight. It probably just passes through whatever it gets and doesn't have much typing on or messing with it. Yeah, it's just a lightweight server. Wow. Wow, you gotta do this like old school, like you gotta... Oh man. You know, no, actually, I did see there was another package, which was a shared package of types. That's right, here. Because I was about to say, I mean, the way you do this, like, to do it like with a great experience is you'd develop the server using packages. There it is. And then you would then export those types from the server so that you can get them on the client. Published 2 months ago. there. No readme. Okay. In the same repo. Packages, types. Let's have a look. Types. Web API. Source. Index. Dialog, view, image, plain, option, multi-select. Okay, this is for your interactions. Message attachment. No. Okay, well, it's good that they got types for that stuff, because what do you want to be doing? Like looking this stuff up on a web page and then typing it in by hand? It's like, if you can publish it on a web page, why not just publish it straight into my IDE, yo? Types. So look here. Oh, it says it has a readme with nothing in it. Okay. Okay, let's program like we're programming in JavaScript. And it's 1990. Even though JavaScript was created in 98. Why'd that blow up? Ah, yeah, okay. That was a transpilation error. No, there is no typing information available for that. Let's actually inspect it. I mean, look, one of the things about doing that kind of investigation is you get a sense of how to design your own libraries and APIs for other people to use. Because you're like, that was difficult for me. I think that when I write my library, I'll make it easy for people to understand and to use. Okay, so I'm going to lift all this out and make it semantic, higher level. I wonder if I can add the Archivist to a channel myself, but let's try this. Hi. Okay, here's the message. Copy. Okay, because I don't believe in doing things like a lot of times, I'm gonna do this. I think you'd call it globals.d.ts. Something like that. And then we'll go, declare type message event. Or maybe I just do it type. No, I'm not sure. Yep. What? Slack message event then, how's that? Yay! That magic key. What? Copy. And then paste it in there. Okay, so so this is a string. So is this, this. Actually, I could select on the colons and then go to the end of the line and then whatever. String. I don't know what elements are. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll just do this to start with, make that any, and then go in here, and then we will assert that this is a Slack message event. blocks. That's what we wanted to inspect. Okay, so there's a couple other ways I could do it. For example, yeah, I could strongly type this. I could, instead of unioning it with an event emitter, I create my own class which extends event emitter, and then it has specialized for that, like interface. Slack event emitter. Extends event emitter. Event emitter, right? So it has that. And then I can say on message right. And then the second parameter that this thing takes is a function that takes an event Slack message and returns void. So if I go like this, it's interesting. I didn't know that that actually was a signature. What doesn't it like about this? Message not assignable to type, event, string, or symbol. Anyway, whatever. There is a way to do it, but I'm not going to go down that hole. We got what we needed here, and then what we can do is, we already know that we joined, right? So so we're going to take the response, and then if we got the response that we were after, actually I think I have to do it like this, put it inside this templated string and then like run code inside here. Crazy. Is that how you do this? Like that? What doesn't it like about that? It's not callable. Oh yeah, okay, so I've got to go like this. Yeah. Yeah, okay, like that. I think that's it. Let's have a look. Crashed. Rename this. I think in that case it must be global.d.ts. Nope. Ambient index. Oh, I can't remember. Let's do this then. Export it. Make it a concrete type. Save that. Rename this to types. Maybe it's types.d.ts. I don't know. Can't remember. Import from types. Yep. Save. Now it will work. Joined. Okay, great. So if I now go back to here, we delete these previous messages. Delete. Delete. Ooh. It's interesting. Okay, good to know. String, string. Oh, we know that. It's elements. Okay, it's an array of object. Okay, so blocks.elements. Oh no, okay, that's the type of this thing. Okay. I think I'm starting to perhaps touch on what's in that Slack types package. Okay, so it has string. Must be an automated way to do this. Thing now we know is this. And elements are what? Maybe more elements? Let's see. It's funny. What's up here? Equals. Right. So I'll just call it an interface. That's what I wanted. Yes. Okay. Joined. Send the message. So, okay, got a block. Now blocks. Yeah, okay, so I need to log out what's inside blocks 0.elements. I have a feeling it might be a recursive. Type rich text section. Elements. Yeah, okay. It's a Slack message element. Okay, let's have a look at the types that were in this thing here. So packages, types. Let's have a look if I'm using one of the types that are already defined, in which case this would be useful. Index.ts. Interface, dialog, view, image, plain text. Oh, here we go. Type text, option, confirm, action types. No. Type, channel select, external select button, overflow, date picker, radio, plain text, no, block, block, context block, type, no. Divider, section block, anything. Let's have a look if there's rich text in here anywhere. Rich text? No. Okay, we're not there. No problem. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Get bot to stream messages from channel to the console. Done. Okay. It's in the channel. It's just listening to stuff right now. Okay. Okay, one's like an event reactive API and the other one is the action API, doing stuff. Okay, so what I want to do here then is I want to go, let's make it a const anyway to start with, and we'll put it into configuration later, which channels it should join. Like that. Go to shorthand syntax here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. Channels for each name okay, so what we can now do then is I can go here plus name. Yeah. No, I can take that out of here. Put it here like this. And then say error joining. Like that. Okay, so join channel. Ha ha ha. Okay, you winning? Let's have a look. I missed a call from someone here. I'm gonna have to text him back. Let me just deal with this text. Live on the internet. Okay, let's make it 1 hour. Okay, let's do this. Channels for each web channels, join, name token, then response, yeah, console log, response, yeah, okay, that works. We've got that working. Okay, I can join the channel. Well, okay, my problem now is I don't have a vision of what I'm doing. Now, what's the next thing that this bot needs to do? Let's go back to its behaviors. Okay, yeah, it needs to respond to being tagged. Okay, yeah, then it's got to climb the tree of the thread. Okay. Bot can detect that it's been tagged, right? And then, if we look at the behaviors after it's tagged, it's got to be able to tell whether the message is in a thread. So the initial scope for this is that it can only export threaded conversations, so we'll get everyone to start using threaded conversations. Okay, so man, this is where types is just would be so much easier to work with. Okay. We also need to be able to put the bot into different yeah, bot can be summoned to a channel. I don't want to have to restart it. And so what it should also do then is bot saves its channels to a config file. And then bot joins channels. from the config file. Yes. Not the end, but that's what we're going to do it. Okay, we'll do it in this order. So bot can detect that it's been tagged. So for that, I want to look at this events API. Mentions, I guess. Mentions. Message was sent. Messages, pins, presence change, reconnect. API events, okay. Push subscription. WebSocket. It's a push subscription. Okay, so this events API is a callback. Wonder why they deprecated it. Maybe it's just less resource intensive for them to do callbacks. I guess so, because the WebSocket's open all the time and bots might not be doing much. Okay, so I'm just thinking, because an event emitter, like a standard event emitter, doesn't make any assertion about what it's listening for to the producer. It's just like the producer produces everything, and then the event emitter, if there's nothing listening to it. But if it's a push subscription, it means that their events API must be emitting every event to the bot, even if I haven't written a handler for it. So I don't see how it's less intensive. Unless just the REST post is less intensive than the WebSocket, but whatever. Okay, bot added, bot changed. So I'm looking for, let me make this bigger. I'm looking for some kind of event. Plus. I'm looking for an event where the bot gets mentioned. At mention. Haha. That's all I needed. What happens if I open this? Is it going to give me the shape of the object that comes in? Yeah. So dumb. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, copy. I mean, yeah, okay. You're gonna make me and everyone else write the types for this? I mean, and you published it. Why don't you just publish the types? And call this a Slack mention event. Just publish the types, man. Okay. Hopefully it'll erase those. Yeah, good. Okay, well, they're all strings, right? So let's see if we can do this. So Command D. Grab all of those. And then I need to get to the end of the line. Okay, so go forward one, back one. No, forward one, and then is it... Yeah. And these are all of type string. Okay. Ta-da! Doesn't really tell me what they are, though. That kind of gives you an idea. It's where it needs a comment. You know what, when we join that Archivist channel, if I go back up to my channel join event, this is the channel ID here, copy. So I change this in here to that because the channel ID that comes in here, I'm gonna have to check if I'm already in the channel. Okay, this is an app mention event, so copy this. Yeah, this should have a semicolon in front of it. That's pretty much the only time that you need semicolons in JavaScript. There might be some others, but that's the one I know about. So this is an event, and it is a Slack mention event. Ta-da! Genius. Because I clicked on it rather than selecting it with my cursor, it didn't auto import it, but I can just grab it here. It's one rough edge still in this thing. Okay, Slack mention event. So first thing I want to do is channel. So actually, yeah. All the messages, filter through them, mentioning your app. Yeah, only the messages pertinent to your app. Messages sent via this app mention. Direct message conversations, they're different. Message IM. Okay. Subscribe to that. No channel membership, sent message. No channel membership, invited, standard app mention. When a user mentions your app and channels it's not yet party to, they have the opportunity to invite you or send the message as a kind of referral. They send your app a message, instead of inviting it, you receive a message like this. This is an app mention. Hang on. If this is an app mention event, it decides to send your app a message. So app mention sends you a message. You get this event. Okay, here's the event here. Okay, really? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to console log it, because I think it might actually be who's that user? This is CTKCRMZIT. Oh. What's that channel? Has joined the channel. Okay. I don't know where that is. Whatevs. Okay, so if I now mention Archivist. Yes. Send. Come on. Received a message event. Okay, that's this channel here. Says at, and then this is the bot user's name. Well, this message here said that the bot joined the channel, but it doesn't say which, not sure what channel that is. But anyway, this didn't get called. Only the message got called. The app mention didn't get called. Let's have a look. Hypotheses. App mention. Expected scopes, app mentions read. Do I have that? Now it's going to check my OAuth permissions here, make sure I don't leak my bot token to the internets. Not now. Yes, I definitely have that. Few messages that directly mention Archivist in conversations that the app is in. Okay. So why didn't that get triggered? I don't know what's flagging now. Is it my interest? Is it my... energy? Oh yeah, I told that person I'd call them back in an hour, so I gotta set a timer for that. What time did I say that? I said that at 28 past. It's now 41, so 20, 40 minutes. Okay, we'll do 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna take a break for a second. Otherwise, I'm just like coding non-stop. BRB, I'm a stretch. Okay, I'm back. Now, I was just thinking actually that when I started programming like a lot in JavaScript rather than just like modifying web pages and stuff, I just started straight into TypeScript. It just came out like literally that week. And I just, yeah. People are like, oh, I'm not into JavaScript. It's horrible programming in it. But yeah, I've just TypeScript, man. Okay, anyway, app mention. Why the app mention is not working? Let's have a look. Maybe the conditions that trigger the app mention are not met. That's one thing that it could be. App mentions read. I have that. The app mention event. Type app mention. Double check that I've got the right type in there. Yep. I actually have to double check the type because it's not this, but sanity check. Wouldn't have to double check that if it was strongly typed. Allows your app to subscribe. Yeah, mention your bot user. Must have a bot user configured, installed. Yeah. Messages sent to the subscription arrive as an app mention event. Not yeah. You know, only messages. Yeah, filter through them. Mentioning your app. Direct message. Maybe I actually need to send body with it. Yeah, okay. It actually needs a body mention, so you can't just at the bot. Okay. What would be cool actually is you just like @mention the bot and say tag, and then it you know what? I'm going to grab this, copy, event.text, and then in here, I'm going to do this. This means that yeah, that's obvious what that does. Here, I can say const me equals, paste that in, save, and then I can say if text equals me, then what we're going to do about that is okay, yeah, I could do it like this. Slack events.emit @mention, and just pass the event through, and then I'm returning, so it's going to exit from there. Means I don't need to lift this callback function out of here to access it from here. In theory, okay, we are live. So now if I @mention archivist, boom, yep, called that callback. Okay, so called it twice. Rails. Okay. So in that case, let's do this. Sanity check this. Join the channel. Now, if I say @archivist, enter. Okay, so that one did directly tag it with an @mention. Whatever. Okay, so I don't need this. Okay, let's celebrate the progress. Bot can detect that it has been tagged. Done. Okay, here's the tag message in a thread. Okay, now I remember reading about that. Oh yeah. Actually, I might skip ahead because bot can be summoned to a channel. Let's do that now because this is in the same documentation. Okay, it sends you an @message instead of, oh yeah, okay, so we should check the channel to see if we're in it. Let's try this. Here's what I'm thinking. Like, if we quit off, if I shut this thing down and then restart it, and I don't join any channels, right? Okay, I'm listening for events because I may not need to persist the okay, so I stay in the channels that I already joined. I don't need to join them. Okay, so okay, on an @mention here, so const channel equals event.channel. So I can do that like this. And then yeah, it says to check the subscribe. You'll need to monitor your app's channel membership separately from this event. Conversations.members. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so make this async so I can use await inside it, because I'm gonna query my own channel memberships. Const is already in channel. Equals await web dot conversations dot members, I think. Members. Okay, so here, channel. And then the channel name is what? Channel. Property shortcut. And then it looks like you can, depending on how large the thing is, cursor, limit, and token. Cursor pagination enabled. Let's have a look. Cursor optional. Paginate. Optional. Maximum number of items. Default equals, example, 100. Fewer than the requested items may be returned, even if the end of the users list hasn't been reached. That's weird. How does that work? Okay, so you pass in a cursor, next cursor. Okay, so right. Oh. Does the cursor come back? Optional. Default value fetches the first page, right? So pagination. Top level response, metadata. Cursor parameter. What happens when we get to the end? Warnings. Okay, let's have a look at pagination. What happens on the last page? Because I might have to write some kind of recursive function to get it. Let's, yeah, cursor based. Okay, cursor based pagination, portion, and a cursor. Please paginate along with us. Just the factoids. Cursor limit. Don't pass cursor per page. Yep. Pass neither a cursor nor limit. Classic pagination. Nah, forget that. We're all about the future here. Paginate responses, top level metadata, next cursor when there are additional results to be retrieved. Okay, that makes sense. So, man, I'm gonna have to start breaking this stuff up into. So I've got to create a function called get next user page. Next user page, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I can do it in a loop. It's going to be an async function. Nah, get next page of users. Channel. Oh man, I'm already thinking about how I can pass in a function to this instead of specializing it. Okay, so make this async. I'm thinking a while loop actually, and so you'll pass in a channel, which is a string, and then an optional cursor, which is a, I don't know, I think it's also a string, right? Like this. It's a string. So we go like this. Here what we do is we go const page equals await. I'm going to destructure the object web.conversations.members, right? And then we're going to ask for them from the channel, and then we're going to pass in this limit, and we'll use a limit of what, 40, and then a cursor. Right on. Okay, now what we're going to return from this is an object which is going to have users, which comes from page. Please have types. Members. Conversations.members, yep, but that's the wrong type because it says members and response. Okay, members, response metadata. Web API core result. Okay. Object is possibly undefined. For reals. Error. Okay. Let's see if this specializes it further. Like constrains the type. Page dot. No. What? Oh man. Okay. And then the cursor, if there is one, which comes from page.response metadata .cursor. Next cursor. Yep. 10% of programming is getting it to work. 90% is what happens when it doesn't work. So what happens when it's an error? I don't know. It returns undefined. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to be pretty loose with the error handling to begin with. Like that. Okay, so got the members, right? And I let the cursor equal string or undefined. Yeah. And then I have to tell it that this is going to be either a string or undefined. To be honest, I conceptually understand pagination, but I've never coded anything for it really. I've avoided it as much as possible. So what I can do here is I can do this. I can say while. And then the other thing is I'll do a let error. Okay, while there's no error. And oh. This is not going to work. I was going to say there's no cursor, but there is no cursor to start with. This is what I was thinking of doing. I was just going to do this. I was going to go const result equals await get next page of users and channel, and then pass in the channel and the cursor, which is empty in the beginning, right? And then here you can go error equals result dot error, and members dot push we have to exit early for that, but we go members.push result.members. Why no members? Members. That's why TypeScript, folks. Members push result members, right? Actually, oh, horrible imperative programming, man. But whatever. And then I think here what you can do is this should type guard it. No, it doesn't. Res.members is never? Page is okay, return members. Unknown. Boolean. No, you'd have to do something like this. Merge to arrays, or you could just do members.concat actually. If we're going to do all this mutation stuff here and imperative programming, we'll just do it like this. And then cursor equals res.cursor. Like that. And then when we get out the bottom at the end, so as soon as it hits the first error, it's just going to exit. I mean, isn't it just easier to join the channel even if you're already in it? I mean, big deal. Maintaining your own channel state. Yeah. That's the other way to do it. You could maintain its own channel state. It didn't receive any no, I'm not listening for any notifications, so it could maintain its own channel state in memory. Probably easier doing this. Every time anyone mentions it, it asks for like, who's in this channel? That's kind of dumb. It's not brainless. It does have a memory. So I might take that approach instead. Let's have a look. It's the at mention event. Good to look at pagination anyway, because we're gonna have to deal with that when we grab messages and threads. So here are the API events. So channel joined, right? You joined a channel. So oh man, I just so want to refactor this to like an array of handlers. Channel joined, right? So what I'm going to test now is like when I first start the bot, does it get this channel joined? Yeah, so we console log this. So I'll restart the bot and it should say you joined the channel even though you were already in it, right? But the Slack is maintaining the channels that I'm in. Nope. No, did not get a channel joined event. Okay. I wonder if I can ask for what channels I'm in, rather than asking for conversations, not members. Methods. Okay. api.slack.com. Oh, really? Documentation, yeah. Events API. Where is the web methods API? Events API. Events methods web API. Where's the list of the methods? Here we go. Okay. Methods with over 100 methods. Surely there's one right for you. I want to call a method that tells me about my user profiles, what channels the user is in. Oh, you know what? This is like, I'm just gonna go full ghetto, man. Just join the channel, man. web.channels.join. How hard was that? Channel? Okay. Name. Like that. Okay. And we'll call this brute force. It might throw if I'm already in there. No, it shouldn't throw. It will return an error though. Or it won't. It's not a throw. It's just a hey, you're already in the channel. So, well, let's do this. Console.log. Okay. Web channels, join the channel, then yeah, okay, so if I now mention Archivist, what Archivist will do is Archivist will get an app mention and then try to join the channel and is already in the channel. Okay, so already in the channel, true. Okay, so here's the mention. Yep. Okay, true. Already in channel. It's fine. Doesn't throw or anything. Who cares? Okay, so the app can be summoned. Well, technically I haven't validated that because I haven't actually summoned it to another channel. Is there a channel that no one goes to that I can summon it to? Oof. Let's have a look. What channels am I not in? What's this? Okay. That's weird. I'm not sure what that channel is. Where is the channels list? Here. Channels. There we go. No, it's not this one. This is a weird name. There's only a few that I belong to. Let's try the Zeebe Rust channel because I know things are pretty quiet there these days. Let's try this. Bam. Send them the message. Do nothing. Try that again. Delete that message. Delete it. Archivist. Send the message. Do nothing. Delete the message. Delete. What if I go Archivist? Send the message. Let them know. Ooh, didn't receive it. It must be okay. Luckily, I checked that. That must be a different event than like a link to a message. Didn't get the app mentioned. Didn't get the message. Link. Link shared. Okay. So this message is called link shared. I wonder how I can I'm gonna have to get the bot to leave the channels in order to be able to test, otherwise I'll be creating more and more channels. Okay, so I believe now that if I do this, I'm pretty certain that just mentioning, okay, send a message, let them know, enter link. Didn't get anything. Okay. Gonna have to invite them to the channel. Okay, well this is just known behavior. Archivist. Invite to channel. Who's in the channel? Here we go. Not the archivist. Wasn't running at the time. Archivist. Yeah, send the message. At mention. Okay, well, at mention got called, but it's not joining the channel. Let's put console log back on here and see what's happening. Lucky I tested that, man, and it's like hypotheses are wrong. Listening for events. Mind you, it did say, kind of weird. Delete that message. Delete. No, it is in the channel. Maybe it doesn't show up in the members. Let's go to Archivist. No, it definitely said there. Only one. It doesn't show the bot. Can I not show the bot? Let's see. I want to show the bot in the members list. Show bot in members list. List in Slack. Um. Okay. Okay, so oh, I should have seen a channel joined message, right? User, okay, yeah. Well, it's hearing me talk in this channel, so it must be in the channel. Oh really? You have to actually ask for all the channels. Well, hang on. If I'm in Zeebe Rust and I call to the Archivist and I say, hey there. Already in the channel, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it can be summoned. Delete. Okay, cool. That works. On app mention and on link shared, it can join the channel. It was easier than parsing all the channels. Yeah, you generalize this by passing in a function, and then this is a key and a value. But, okay. You'd have to do it like this. This is how you generalize this method. Depending on how different the APIs are, you go like this. So here, so you know, we would pass in key, channel, value, we pass in the value as a string, and then we pass in a function, which I'll just say as any, whatever, and then you go like this. Ta-da! Key, value, cursor. And if it turns out the API is different, you just pass in a query object and then parse it and construct an object, and then pass it in here. Let's return the entire page. Boom, like that. Yeah, because we're gonna have to do that stuff. Oh, that's disgusting looking, but whatever. It's a machine for pagination of the web API. Okay, so we don't need to join the channels because that's handled by Slack state management. We don't need that, but I'm just going to hang on to that in case I need that ID for something. Okay, pagination, we've got pagination, brute force, yeah, okay, we get it. Let's have a look at the plan. Bot can be summoned to a channel. Yay. These ones, you know what, we don't need them anymore. Okay. So next one is the tag message in a thread, which takes us to the entry point here. We're getting close. We're getting close. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take a break for a while, return that phone call, and then get back to this, because we're getting pretty close to being able to do this next part here, which is the core functionality, which will be a whole other integration with Discourse, which will be interesting. Be interesting to see what their API surface looks like. Okay, I shall be back shortly.